In this video, I'm going to share with you how to create a soft glam eye makeup look and also share some of my favorite tips and tricks. I've already prepped the lid with some concealer, but you can use eyeshadow primer or foundation. You just want to create a blank canvas to work on. And I haven't set the lid with any powder, so it does feel slightly damp, and this will give the eyeshadow something to hold on to. However, for beginners, I would recommend setting with a little bit of translucent powder because this will help with the blending process. I often get asked about the main parts of the eye, and there's really only three. One is the lid, the second is the crease, and the crease refers to the area where the lid creases into the eye shape. Some people may not have an obvious crease, but it's basically anything above the lid, working upwards and stopping just underneath the brow bone, because the third area is the brow bone area. This is slightly underneath the eyebrow. When creating any type of eye makeup look, all you need is a light color, at least one shade lighter, a dark color, at least one shade darker, and then a mid-tone or transition shade. The mid-tone or transition shade is actually the most important. If you're struggling to find the right tone and shade, try using your favorite nude lipstick as a guide. If it looks great on your lips, chances are it'll look great in your crease too. We're going to start off this look with our mid-tone, and we're going to be using a blending brush to apply it. So any type of fluffy blending brush that you have. You're going to be applying the mid-tone in the crease area, starting on the outer edge of the eye and then sweeping inwards. Try keeping your eyes open or looking slightly down in the mirror to make sure you're catching the area above the lid. So as you work upwards, it should softly fade into nothing by the time it reaches the brow bone. This is a great technique for hooded eyes in particular, but it works for all eye shapes. It creates a little bit of a contoured effect and helps to bring out the eye shape. If you're wondering where to stop and start your eyeshadow, take your brush, line it up with the edge of your nose, edge of your eye, and edge of your eyebrow. This imaginary line will help guide you to make sure you're keeping your eyeshadows in from this point. And for the inner corner, you want to create a parallel line and using your tear duct as a guide. You basically want to keep your eyeshadow in from both of these parallel points. And this works for the majority of eye shapes. Once you've applied your mid-tone, it should look a little like this. And now we're going to move on to our contour. So for this look, I'm going to be using a black. Using a small detailed brush, we're going to apply this on the outer third of the eye. However, I want you guys to be working in a slight angle upwards on the outer third. So instead of going straight up on the outer third, slightly sweep it across to lift the eye shape. And very slowly build up the black. I know for beginners, black can be a little tricky, so try mixing in with a little bit of brown to add a little bit of warmth, and this will create a softer blend for you. Once you've completely covered the outer third of the eye, we then want to soften this out. So we're going to take our blending brush again, and we're going to very lightly glide over the top of what we've already applied. You can use a clean brush for this, or you can use the brush that you applied your mid-tone with. If you use the brush that you applied your mid-tone with, you'll actually get a really soft blend. There should be a little left over of the mid-tone, which will create a softer finish for you. The most important thing is to keep it really light and to barely touch the skin, just ever so slightly gliding over the top. Now I'm going to take my highlighting shade and my highlighter and mix them together, and I'm going to be applying this with a flat brush. I always use a flat brush if I'm applying some shimmer. This will create that smooth, silky finish. And we're going to be applying this all over the rest of the lid. So keep it on the inside corner and then softly blend it over until you reach the black. But don't go past the black, just match up in the middle. So you'll have a darker shade in the outer third, a lighter shade on the two inner thirds, and then your mid-tone in the crease. But we want to make sure that we're blending our dark and our light tones together. So what I want you to do is to create a fade shade. Now your mid-tone actually works great as a fade shade. You're going to apply this with a blending brush, just in between the two light and dark shades, right in the middle. Now I've applied it a little heavier so you guys can see what I mean, but from far away you shouldn't really be able to see your fade shade. It's just there to create a soft blended finish. It's a great little trick if you're a beginner. To finish off the look, I'm going to be applying a pencil on my waterline. So this is the inside of the eye. For beginners, I would recommend starting off with a light pencil and then working your way up to using a black. I'm then going to take that black eyeshadow on that small brush and apply this on the outer third to outer half of the lower lash line. So you're getting right underneath those lashes as close as possible. You want the majority of the darkness to be on that outer third. You can even go around the corner to match up with the top lid. Then taking a little bit more of that highlight onto my fingertip, I'm going to apply this on the inner corner. I like applying shimmer with my fingertips because it allows me to really hug that inner corner shape. Finish off with mascara or falsies, and there you go, a soft glam look that works on so many different eye shapes. I would love to see you guys recreate this. I know that you can do it, so tag me at Sineady on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. Check out the other videos that we have on the screen if you want something a little bit more subtle. I did that a few weeks ago, so you can check that out. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to vote below what you'd like to see next.